You're either a content creator or you purchased a new Sony camera to take travel pictures, and one of the things you decided to do is, hey, I might need a second battery. Or perhaps you purchased the camera and it didn't come with any batteries, so you're looking for replacements. And the question you might already have is, well, do I go for the original Sony OEM battery, or do I pick up the spare kit of non-OEM batteries, third-party manufactured batteries by Wasabi? So let's take a look at this in this episode of This or That. So when it comes to Sony batteries, we do have two Sony cameras. We have the Sony a7 IV and we have a Sony FX30, and both of them use the FZ100 battery. This battery has been around for a number of years now and is used in crop sensor cameras, everything up to more or less professional FX3 cameras, and high-end photo cameras, things like that. So this has really become a really solid battery, offering very good life. I don't remember on the number of stills, but as a video shooter, we generally get about an hour 30 out of an original Sony OEM battery. However, when we're going out to record videos, we might literally be recording for 4 or 5 hours, and we need to have extra batteries. Typically, for every camera that I have and I go out with, we typically have about 3 to 4 spare batteries, and now that we have two Sony cameras, I'm literally up to so we have number 4, but we have, I believe, 7 or 8 batteries total. There's more here and there's more over there. We have 7 or 8 Sony FZ100 batteries by various manufacturers. Now the first battery, the first OEM, non-OEM battery that I picked up was actually this kit by Wasabi Power. And all my batteries are numbered, and we do keep track of all the batteries, how they work and how they last. So the question is, well, for the price of one of these batteries, you can get 1 or 2 of kits such as this. So the question is, should you buy it, or which one you should consider having? So let's take a look at the pros and cons. Number 1 is, I would say it depends on if you already have a charger or not. First Sony cameras that came out and used these FZ100 batteries, they actually came with a charger. So you might already have a charger and you might already be using it. The problem is, a lot of the newer Sony cameras, in cost-saving measures, they don't actually come with a charger, and they expect you to charge the battery by putting it into the camera and connecting it with a USB-C cable, plug it in, and charge the camera that way. The problem that it results is, number 1, you're putting more stress on the USB port. Number 2, you're putting more heat into the camera as it's heating up and charging up the battery, which could potentially degrade camera life in the future. Now, if you don't already have a battery charger, I would highly recommend looking at a kit like this, which is going to come with a charger, and this is a 2-pack charger. The cool part about these is that while it does come with the batteries, this charger is going to be universal with the FZ100 batteries. So you can charge your original Sony batteries, you can charge your Wasabi batteries. I have another kit by Small Rig, and you can charge them all independently, and generally we charge 4 batteries at a time with this charger. The really cool part about this charger is you can charge 2 batteries at a time, so that is going to be one of the advantages, that you're getting more value for the money by getting it as a kit. The potential downside to a lot of these batteries and the kits in themselves is that, so 2. Number 1 is your battery life is potentially going to be lower on the third-party batteries than on the original Sony OEM. So this Sony OEM battery is, at least the one that came with my current FX30, is 2,280 milliamp hours. This Wasabi battery is 2,000 milliamp hours. So on this one we get about an hour 40 of continuous recording. On these we get about an hour 20, hour 30. So a little bit less than on these original batteries. Now the other thing to consider is that, well, these are more or less going to be made to fit a particular price point, and they're designed to be cheaper than the OEM battery, and by a very good margin. So sometimes the question is, are these going to be as durable and as dependable? Now, I have had Wasabi batteries for a number of cameras. So I started actually getting replacement Wasabi batteries for the little Sony X batteries for my Sony HX90, what's the model? HX90V for that one, where I bought it open box and it didn't come with any batteries. Then I've used the Wasabi batteries for my Sony A6400, which is the FC50 batteries. Then I use Wasabi batteries for the Sony A7 IV, and now I'm recording on a Panasonic S5 II, and I have Wasabi batteries for them as well. So when it comes to non-OEM batteries, the Wasabi batteries, the Wasabi Power brand has been very popular here on Amazon. Now, in full disclosure, I did have some issues with Wasabi batteries. I did have one battery that over time it heated up and it almost started swelling a little bit. And then I did have another time with one of my Panasonic chargers where the charger started melting a little bit on the back. Now, in both cases, I contacted the company and they quickly sent out a replacement without any issues whatsoever. But also do keep in mind that I am going to be more of a power user. We charge the battery, we use the cameras daily, we charge the batteries almost every single time. And when I'm going out to record a video, sometimes we'll have days where we go through 5 or 6 or 7 batteries, so it is going to be to expected. Now, I also because all my batteries are labeled, I would say that given the choice, I go with the non-OEM batteries to preserve the life on my original OEM batteries. So I'll use my Wasabi batteries and all the others because I know that, hey, if there's going to be an issue, these companies are great to work with. Just reach out to them and they will protect you. Just basically make sure that you do have extra batteries, extra spares that are going to be available to you. And when you're buying a kit like this, you're more than doubling the battery life versus what came with your original camera. The only downside that I would say with this kit, and we'll discuss it in a separate video comparing it to the small rig kit, is that this still has a micro USB port. I'm not sure on the newer chargers, but the kit that I have here and the one that's labeled is a micro USB. And micro USB ports, I mean, they're temperamental, so over time they do have a tendency to break versus USB Type-C ports. So do keep that in mind, but once again, for the price, this kit with 2 batteries and a charger is generally sold for less than one original OEM battery. So that's what you have. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of this or that, and you have your answers as to which one is right for you.